Hello everyone, welcome back from my, would I call it a long break? Yeah, so today I just want to share something. I want to share something about um self-story and mental toughness. I was reading a book and that was like about 33 excellent ways of being a CEO and making it in business and in life. I think many people will know that book. I just believe so, but by Steve Battet or so something like that. You can find it. But I got to a particular point where they talked about self-story and mental toughness. And I remembered that most of our victories, I need to be fast. I will not say I need to be fast with this video because I need to go do some music and some other activities at this period of time. So most of the victories we've had are probably functions of our self-story and mental toughness. And what does that mean? I'll just give examples at different points in my own personal life. And whether this sounds trivial to anyone, I will give you milestones that have been bettered based on these stories. When I was in what they call primary school, because I completed my education, that part of my education back in Nigeria. And when I was there in primary school, I was in a particular school, then I moved to another school. And then in this new school, this is a new school and just coming up, there was the challenge for me to do great, of course. I mean, I was doing great in class, but I didn't know how great I was doing until we had this competition. We went out there. What we call a competition then is like literally in my brain, it's always more like 500 schools gathering together to compete for first spot, maybe first to 10 spots, get awarded, all those kind of things. Now, for this, I believe that day, schools in their hundreds were gathered, probably up to 1,000, but not sure. But I know in their hundreds they were gathered. Roughly, if they were not even up to 100, they were close to 100. Schools in their numbers were gathered, and then we were to compete for first 10, top 10 spots. Now, like I said before, I was in a school that was just coming up, and as I then had not attained fame, and probably because I was doing really great in class, I thought I was a local champion, what they call local champion. Now, going out there to put myself out there in a competition, that day I came 7th. I mean, I'm not going to say I, because there was a team spirit competition. You go with one of your colleagues in school, 2 of you get engaged. I could definitely tell I was the more active participant. But yeah, we came 7th as a school. That gave me this much boost. It gave me one of the spikes of life. There is this level where you had this notion of I'm a local champion. Maybe when I go out there, I'll see the world. When I went out there and I saw the world and I was 7th, it gave me this much boost and belief that you can be in your little corner doing your thing and you are top there in the world. Now, after I had made that excellent stride, I decided that, I'll keep doing my thing. In my little corner, keep, reading, doing my stuff, keep winning. Then I was planning to go to the secondary school. Also, after getting that super prize, it boosted my confidence. It gave me one of the biggest spikes in life. Of course, I'm an achiever. God has helped me thus far. And I'm telling you some of the little things. That's what I got to understand from that book, that's what they meant by self-story. Those little things that you inch onto that can boost you in the face of challenges. Now, after facing that, the next time I'm studying with more vigor. I'm saying, because this studying can bear that kind of wonder, I have to hold on to it. Now, that's me holding to self-story and mental toughness, because you've been able to say, okay, the mental toughness part was you holding on till you were seen out there. If you had given up and said, I'm not going to show myself, I'm not going to go because I think I'm far less. No, you probably in your little corner might be much more when you think you are far less. Now, that's the mental. But let's go on with the story. Went to the secondary school, but I was looking forward to the secondary school. And I said, okay, I'm going to secondary school now, and I believe it's a different terrain. And I believe there's going to be a different force. And what I believe is that I have to shine much more in secondary school, because, you've been hearing you are coming from the primary school, you are going to the secondary school. How do you think you are going to do? So Fortunately for me, the storyline was improving because we had sat down for something called the common entrance into secondary school. People from different places come to a particular school and they write that exam. So I think I was seventh again in that particular exam. Now it means that there are about 6 people ahead of me who I will be meeting in secondary school. I'll be in class with them, and they'll probably, based on that result, they'll probably be better than me. Now get this story into your head. Now, with that particular thought pattern, I said, I need to do better. As I was coming into school, JSS1, what they call JSS1 back then, I said, I need to do better because I have 6 people better based on that exam. And what did I say? I said, I'm going to come into this school now. I was building mental toughness, saying, okay, this is just one exam. I need to do far much better that by the end of JSS1, I'm the best student in this class. Now, don't remember that there were 6 people that were presumed to be better. Now we came into the school. The first term exams were written, and I did quite great, balancing, a lot of first positions in some courses and a lot of second. But there was this balance of a possibility of me being the excellent kid in class. Now, get one thing straight. I made up my mind that I was going to take that spot. There were probably 6 nonchalant people saying, oh, we did great in the common entrance. But there was somebody not far behind, somewhere around the corner, but saying that, oh, I need to take, that's just determination of saying, I need to take, and it's mental toughness. I need to take that spot. So that was what happened. Now, just based on the first term alone, I took that spot. But now I've not been satisfied. I was not satisfied, let me put it that way. Because something happened in that first term. I got like 9th position in mathematics. I remember my dad calling the math teacher because he believed his kid was really good in math. Now, the math teacher said the marks between the kids were just like, 1 mark, and some people scored the same thing. So, like when you have maybe the first position scoring in 98 and the second position scoring in 98 and the third position scoring in 98, you know that the next position is going to be 4th. You're going to have 3 first and the next position is going to be 4th. And if 4th, 5th, and 6th score the same thing, the next position is going to be 7th. And if 7th, 8th, and 9th score the same thing, you get the idea. So it explained to him because, yes, my dad has so much belief in me and I appreciate that. So going into second time, I saw that 9th as a disgraceful thing. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it might not be bad to anybody who thinks like that, but my mental toughness demanded that I produce first. So I said, in this second time, I'm going to boost that score from 9th to first. So, and we do the cumulative thing. So in that second time, I did so great, and I came close to second position in the second term. Now, I was still not happy because I was, in other subjects, I was doing pretty great. I mean, like first, second, all those kind of things. And I said the third term, I was going to put more grit, more work. These storylines are always in my head. I put more grit, more work into it and achieve great things. You won't believe that at the end of that particular third term, for that particular year, we did 16 courses. I got 15 first. And just one, the one I left was the language course they call Yoruba, which I wasn't really, I didn't really know I was interested in. But then, to tell you that there was mental toughness and there was this self-story. Now, am I crediting all these things to my personal abilities? No. I was literally gifted and helped by God. But I'm telling you that there was a place of building the storyline. If I had said, oh, I'm coming, I got a 7th in the common entrance, I probably have 6 people better than me here, and they'll continue to be better. That's a zero thought process. But I said, I'm going to put in the work and get things better. That's a good story, and I'm going to continue this story. I think I need to tell more stories, but I'm just putting out there. There's a place for self-story. Keep track of the little challenges you've overcome and build this mental toughness. I'm going to tell you some other stories that happened in that same secondary school and then transcending to university. But by the way, you'll get to know me later. I've really gone at least a bit far. Don't worry, you'll get to know, but just hang around. And maybe this series is going to keep you, learning a couple of things. I'm reading, building myself, and improving daily. But I just wanted to put this out there. Keep track of the little things you've overcome and accomplished, and use them as springboard to climb higher. I'll see you in the next video.